Blue Jackets, Kings, and Flyers hooked up on a three-way trade Tuesday, and Ivan Provorov is going to Columbus. The Flyers get goaltender Cal Peterson, defenseman Sean Walker, defensive prospect Helga Grans, and a first and 2 second-rounders. The Kings will be retaining 30% of Provorov's $6.75 million cap hit over the next 2 seasons. LA freeing up over $5 million in cap space, which insider Chris Johnston says they are likely to use to try to sign that guy, pending UFA Vladislav Gavrikov. And here is Craig Button to talk all about it. So, fascinating deal, Craig. And Columbus, very busy. As Darren Draeger reported over the weekend, they are set to hire Mike Babcock as their new head coach. And then Jarmo Kekalainen goes out and gets Provorov from the Flyers. Just from we know about his issues last season, some controversy, but let's put that aside. I just want to talk about the hockey side of his, Craig. Do you like the fit from a hockey perspective, Provorov to Columbus?
100%. Zach Werenski went out last year with a shoulder injury. He will come back healthy. He's a number one defenseman. He drives so much of play for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And well, now Provorov, who plays lots of minutes and is a really reliable, durable player, he can get into the lineup now and give him some. David Jiricek, a really good, strong prospect, their first-round pick in 2022. He's ready to come into the lineup. So you're looking now at not rushing young defensemen into the lineup. You got support for Jiricek, and you have players that can play a lot of minutes and carry a lot of important situations. So when you look at the Columbus Blue Jackets, it really fits their needs. It fits their needs in multiple ways, not only with the addition of Provorov, but it also takes some of the burden off of Werenski. It also helps David Jiricek, as well as some of their other younger defensemen that can't play the big minutes. And when you're a team that was not very good defensively and gave up lots of goals, you better start improving the blue line, and that's what Jarmo did. When you look at this entire transaction with all the, for me, every team met their needs. The LA Kings looking to get some salary cap space, get it. The Philadelphia Flyers looking to the future, clearly to the future, get it. The Columbus Blue Jackets, as I just mentioned, they get what they needed. Ideally, this is a trade where every team went out looking and focusing in on how they can meet their needs. They did it working in a trio.
And Cal Peterson, we know he had a rough year last year, Craig. Kind of the odd man out in LA, was looking for a fresh start. He goes to the Philadelphia Flyers, and with that, our NHL insider Darren Draeger tweeted this on Tuesday as for ongoing Carter Hart speculation. No question the Flyers are engaged in discussions, but at this stage, Danny Briere is listening and gauging the level of interest. So this is pretty fascinating for Carter Hart, a guy who I know, Craig, in the past, we all thought could potentially be the next great goaltender. The fact that he might potentially be on the move, if he was on the move, is there a good fit out there that you see for Carter Hart to maybe kickstart his career somewhere else?
Yeah, well, Carter Hart's a really good goaltender. Again, the Philadelphia Flyers, they weren't a very good defensive team last year. So who bears the brunt of the play in front of them that isn't very good? It's the goaltender. And Carter Hart has shown that he can be a number one goaltender and a really good number one goaltender. He's at an age where certainly you have to think that a team looking to improve their lot in the crease is going to look at somebody at his age that has had his achievements and his abilities. They've got to be looking at him. Now, Jay, there is a caveat here, and it's something that teams will be looking at. We have to do it. The 2018 Canadian World Junior team, Gary Bettman said that the investigation of the allegations has been completed by the NHL. There's still other parts of that have to be dealt with. But like every other player that was on that 2018 World Junior team, the specter of uncertainty surrounds them. And, until that full report is put out and everybody understands what the ramifications are, there may be just a little bit of a hesitancy to acquire a player from that 2018 World Junior team. Carter Hart was the goaltender there. And because you don't want to be acquiring somebody, then all of a sudden, maybe he won't be available for a period of time.
Craig, our Ottawa Senators reporter, our good friend Bruce Garriock, reported on Tuesday that Alex DeBrincat, the Ottawa Senators exploring the trade market for Alex DeBrincat. This can't be a surprise. He's got one more year left on his deal, then he'll be a UFA. It's hard to believe that practically every team in the league wouldn't be interested in this guy, but is there a particular fit you like for Alex DeBrincat out there?
Yeah, here's what I would say. The Ottawa Senators last year, to me, really looked at their team and said, boy, we're going to get Claude Giroux. We'll trade for Alex DeBrincat. We'll be a playoff team. But they didn't fix their biggest problem, which was the goaltending. And the blue line wasn't good enough. So Alex DeBrincat came in and played well. Giroux played fantastically. But now for Pierre Dorion, the general manager, it's about, okay, what can we do realistically to acquire something meaningful for our team? They gave up the 7th overall pick to the Chicago Blackhawks to get DeBrincat, and DeBrincat has no interest in signing with the Ottawa Senators. So now it's not just where he'd be a fit. Who doesn't want somebody that can score 40 goals and be that reliable? But it's also going to have to be a place where Alex DeBrincat wants to go and sign a longer-term contract if you want to maximize to the greatest extent possible the trade value. Now, Pierre Dorion and the Ottawa Senators have another option. Hang on to him, hang on to him. Alex DeBrincat's going to want to play hard right to the end to try to make sure he cashes in come free agency. He's got arbitration rights. But you might be better, you might have the best trade market near the trade deadline when teams are trying to add that player and understanding that, hey, listen, he might not sign with us, but we're trying to win a Stanley Cup. So the options for the Ottawa Senators, I think, are numerous. But if you're looking at Alex DeBrincat, the player, I don't think there's teams that wouldn't be interested in him. And if you want me to name one team right off the bat, how about the Calgary Flames? They're dying to get a right winger on their lineup, and Alex DeBrincat could play there very nicely.
And the Ottawa Senators have to get this ownership situation all sewed up too before anything can happen. So it's going to be a very fascinating summer in the nation's capital. Craig Button, you're the best. You look fantastic. You're the best dresser on this network. I'll fight anyone who says otherwise. Talk to you soon.